Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. You are here in the home of slightly above average ship review. I'm your host KPZ. Got to turn down the sound a little bit here. Alright, so today we're doing a tech tree spotlight on the Tier 8 German tech tree battleship Friedrich de Grosse. Brief look at the teams. I think this map is called Shards, and we are down here in the Friedrich de Grosse. So this is just a continuation of the Bismarck line, the original battleship line. I haven't got the Ruprecht fully spec'd out yet, fully upgraded. I'm working hard on that, but it might be a little while before you see a Ruprecht video. So I thought this week I would bring you the Friedrich de Grosse and at least finish out the OG battleship line for the German Navy. What can we say? Same commander, same build as the last game, I believe. Of course, we're going to do a port review afterwards. In the port here, we've got some adverse weather conditions. And we've got, this map, I think, very reliant on spotting, and as you can see, we are the forwardmost ship for our team, so there is no spotting going on. Thankfully, there aren't any destroyers on either team, so don't have to worry about that. Still got to worry about torpedoes, unfortunately, but that is one of those facts of life in this game. You're always going to have to deal with torpedoes. Thanks for the kind comments on my Bismarck video. Especially on a commenter who mentioned that I have some unusual builds or some different builds that other people don't have. That isn't intentional. I just look at the ship and think about how I think to best maximize the strong points. But that being said, like I explained in that video, I don't like to put these same commanders on every ship. So maybe the Bismarck and the Friedrich de Grosse are better with a build using autociliacs, but since I've run autociliacs in the battlecruiser line, these are all going to have Franz von Hipper as their commander. I also don't like to use pay commanders or cartoon commanders like Henry Hyde or John-Luc Pickup or Clara Teslau or anyone else I'm forgetting. I don't like to use those commanders in a tech tree ship, because ideally in these ships, I'm going to show you a commander that any player can get for free, so that is not a pay commander. Now, in the premium ships, since those are ones you got to pay for, I don't have any problem using one of those alternative commanders in those, but I don't like to do it for the tech tree ships. Here the DM Donskoy torped me, trying to come in to finish me off. Oh no, sir. You are the first kill. First blood medal. And we were on fire a couple times. And it's going to be over a minute before we can get that out. So I'm really hoping somebody else sets me on fire, because I believe we are running Fight Fire with Fire, and that would put out the fire. I don't know if I'm going to get that lucky. You can see we're shooting down some airplanes. Again, we'll review this in the port, but like most German battleships, you've got good AA to defend yourself. You don't have great AA. Someone, valid student, added me as a friend. Ladies and gentlemen, I have no idea who valid student is. If he's on this team, the enemy team, if he saw one of my videos, maybe he knows who I am in real life. He or she, could be she, who knows. All right, shooting at a Baltimore, peeking out there, doesn't have a lot of health left. We sent 2 turrets. We get a Citadel hit. Kill number 2. Would really love some assistance from everyone else hiding in the back. Shooting at the Musashi. Just look at how far back my teammates are. Good grief. All right, Citadel on the Musashi, second salvo, and looks like he was turning away, so we did not get all that we could have gotten from him. Still working on another reload as we dodge torpedoes, and right as we shoot, he gets taken out. No joy there. Again, asking for help. Again, The blue team is safely ensconced in the back of the map. Mogami out here. Oh, another Citadel hit. So look, you can see these shells have good pen. No problem getting hits on broadside ships. They seem to have pretty good shell velocity. Not a big arc, so I like the ballistics of this ship a lot. Somewhat flat shooting. Maybe not as flat as the Russians. But certainly a ship you can point and click and get some good results from. Enemy Friedrich de Grosse here. And first three turrets, we're turning to get that fourth turret on. You see he's a little faster than our salvo, so we just get one hit. Trying to calculate that into our last shell going out. And that is that. Alright, we've captured Charlie. Mogami coming back out here. We're going to shoot at him, but he gets taken out too. Really, what can you do there? Nothing. Oh, see that stopping and starting, folks? You know I don't do live streams because I have terrible internet. And we get disconnected. And like most matches where I get disconnected, I still manage to have a pretty good game. Alright, log back into the game. Well, my team moved around, but we still get a lead. Although certainly they would have benefited from me shooting at the enemy ships the entire time. Unfortunately, I have no control over my internet due to my living situation, so it is what it is. Someday I'm going to have good internet. Someday I will put out different content, probably on my other channel, but I may do an occasional slightly above average live stream for World of Warships Legends. Alright, here, shooting at the Alabama, full salvo by parts. And nothing very impressive there. Kind of turning in. I want to stay behind this island. I don't want to go out and let multiple ships shoot at me. Again, I just really wish my team had been a little more aggressive in pushing up here. We are winning by points. But that being said, being super passive gameplay is a recipe for failure in the long run, in my opinion. Okay, we're going to head into the Bravo cap. We are all alone over here. Somewhat. Musashi is over here. And Alabama is over here. But I don't have anyone else with me. So I kind of have to go it alone here. Going to try to jump the island here on the Alabama if I can. It is just too big. Friedrich de Grosse is out there. I think I might take pot shots at him if I can. Can we? Will we? Why aren't we? Shoot. Alright, we shoot at the Friedrich de Grosse. Alright, launch my plane. Right as I get bombed. We're going to turn our attention to the Musashi. We did finish off the Friedrich de Grosse. 3 kills. So we're 1-on-2. I would love some help from my teammates here. And let's be honest, we're just not going to get it. You know, passive gameplay is the rage in this game at this point, unfortunately. So you're just going to have to deal with it. Looking at the Alabama out here. To have a better shot at the Alabama or the Musashi. Another ship out there. Hey, maybe he's distracted. He is turning away. I don't like that. Get our turret taken out. Get absolutely smashed by the Musashi here. But I figured to myself, maybe the Musashi might be easier for me to take out. As you can see, no problem getting Citadel hits, but we leave him hanging on a little bit of a thread, and we do get taken out. I'm going to fast forward to the end of the match. So we will cut to the end after the damage counter stops going here. We are still getting damage. Not on the Musashi, he'd be dead. but on the Alabama. Basking in the afterglow. There we get the Confederate medal. I have no comprehension of why that took so long to pop up, but it did, and I am not complaining. Musashi gets taken out, 2-on-2. Our team has a 60-point lead. And there he is. So here in a minute, we are going to cut to the end because the damage counter stopped. And that was that. All right, here we are on the victory screen. Got a Confederate medal, First Blood medal, 122,827 total damage. Shot down 17 airplanes, 3 short of the Clear Sky medal, 3 kills, 5 hits to the Citadel, 5 cap defended, and an assisted base cap. We ended up with 328,671 silver and 6503 ship XP and commander XP in the Friedrich to Grosse. This was my first game with it fully upgraded. So really like this ship, think it is nice and strong, able to defend itself. There we are at the top of the board, 2890, 2 medals, and 3 big kills in the win for our team. And you can see the Musashi was stymied in his attempt for a Kraken, so there's nothing wrong with that either. But top of the board for this ship, and I said we were down tier, we're not, we're top tier. Top of the board for this ship in this match, just something I'm pretty happy with. And I think the more that you play it, this is something where you're going to get better at the ship. So anyway, let's go back to the port because we were disconnected. We have to log back in here. Taking a look at the upgrades, aiming system mod 1. Damage control system mod 2. Concealment system mod 1. Main battery mod 3, and as noted, the ship is fully upgraded. Taking a look at the loadout, 2 charges of the repair party, 7 charges of the spotter plane. My lord, you'll never be able to use that many. So I don't know why they don't adjust it so you would be able to use them all. That doesn't make any sense to me at all. You could launch a plane the minute the match started, and you would never use 7 airplanes. So yeah, that doesn't make any sense to me. And 2 charges of the sonar, got this epic battle booster for main battery range and movement speed, type 2 temporary camo, and the 2-year strong flag. Taking a look at the stats, 84,300 hit points and a 25% torpedo damage reduction with our build. Main battery, 4x2 420 millimeter turrets, 21.6 kilometer firing range, 24.1 second reload, 28.6 second turn time. HE shells looks like 5,000 damage with a 41% fire chance. AP shells, 14,850 damage. 2 sets of secondaries, range of both is 8.7 kilometers. First set of 8x2 105s, reloads every 3.3 seconds, 1,200 HE shell damage with a 5% fire chance. Second set of 6x2 150s, reloads every 7.5 seconds, 1,700 HE shell damage with an 8% fire chance. Sounds an awful lot like the Bismarck in terms of that reload, the shell damage, and the fire chance. So you should be used to that. All right, Aaa Defense, overall rating of 83, but the max range of the Aaa is just 4.5 kilometers. Enough to defend yourself, yes, 3 away from clear skies, but don't be expecting to be a terror against the enemy carriers in the ship. Maneuverability, 27.8 knots, not slow, not fast, 940 meter turning circle, 18.4 second rudder shift time. And concealment, 14.4 on the surface, 11.5 from the air, 15.4 when firing in smoke. Taking a look at the armor viewer. Well, I do see a little bit of purple, and I'm quite happy about that. You do not have a turtleback citadel, and it is at and a little bit above the waterline. That's not good. A little bit heavier armor on top, a little bit of heavy plate in the front. You got this armor belt running to the front of the bow, But again, just 60 millimeters. That's not going to do a whole lot. Heavier plate behind that. The bow and above and below is 32. But I'm not very impressed by that, so to speak. You know, maybe you could stern tank a little bit as well. Do have some 38 millimeter side plating down to the bottom of the ship, and the start of a 300 millimeter armor belt above that. And turrets and barbettes. Barbettes and turrets are more heavily armored than Bismarck, especially the roof of the turret. The plate on the front of the turret is very heavily armored, but it is not slanted. However, I won't complain compared to the Bismarck's turrets, that's for sure. All right, adding in this casemate armor, you can see that armor belt of 300 goes up the side of the ship. Again, you want to avoid showing broadside. I feel that's kind of self-explanatory, and that is the armor profile of the Friedrich de Grosse. All right, here's our commander, Franz von Hipper. We've used him all the way up this original battleship line. The only change that was made at any point was switching to fight fire with fire when we got it tier 6, 7, 8. And so this, I recommend him for this ship and for all the rest of the ships in this line if you're going to use him there. Anyway, if you enjoyed this look at the tier 8 Friedrich de Grosse, hit that like button, and you can always subscribe for more slightly above average ship reviews.